फोर स्क्वायर. Now these words ही बता देते हैं. Four square मतलब we are going to make four squares. That's a quadrant. Three means three
Yes.
ideas. D means detail. T means transition. So how this is done? Let's see. पढ़िए, read it.
First step, read the prompt carefully before you begin. Write an essay explaining how you feel about the situation. Your teacher punishes the whole class because one student misbehaves.
So first he says कि आप पहले तो टॉपिक पढ़ लो, समझ लो टॉपिक क्या चाहता है. एंड ये जो लिखा है, योर टीचर, टॉपिक इज व्हाट, योर टीचर पनिशेस द होल क्लास बिकॉज वन स्टूडेंट मिसबिहेव.
Yes, sir.
So I have to develop this essay basically, and it is how do you feel. ये एक prompt है. Your teacher punishes the whole class because one student misbehaves. मुझे क्या करना है? I am required to write my how do I feel about this situation. Do I agree with this or I don't agree with this? Using 4 square
Yes,
plus
sir.
3 plus d plus t method of writing. So, topic is your teacher punishes the whole class because one student misbehaves. What do you feel about it? That is, do you agree with this or you don't agree with this? Okay, then, okay.
Step 2. Take a stand. Write an essay explaining how you feel when your teacher punishes the whole class because one student misbehaves. Think about the reasons you feel the way you do about this type of punishment.
Right? So, you have taken a stand. I agree with this or I don't agree with this. If you agree, you say teacher punishing the whole class is acceptable to me. If you disagree, you say it is not agreeable to me. So once you have taken a stand, I agree or I disagree, then second step क्या होता है? I have to prove it.
Yes, sir.
So he says, think about the reason you feel the way you do. So reasons you feel the way you do, I agree or I disagree. सो योर एग्री करने के क्या रीजंस है या डिसएग्री करने के क्या रीजन, वो जरा सोच लो.
Yes, sir.
एंड सोच के क्या करो. तो ये तो हमको पता ही है. A good essay has three elements: introductory paragraph, body,
Yes,
and concluding paragraph. This we know.
yes, sir.
So now here is how this method works. So what you see is a paper
Yes, sir.
on which there are four quadrants.
Yes, sir.
And then middle में एक और स्क्वायर है, स्क्वायर नहीं रेक्टेंगल है.
Yes, sir.
Right? So this is your four square. So a paper having four quadrants, those are four squares and a rectangle in middle. This is how it works. And you can very well do this even in the exam. You want paper, they'll give you paper. Okay,
Yes,
now,
sir.
so स्टैंड क्या है? स्टैंड क्या है? जो भी लिख रहा है उसका स्टैंड क्या है? अनफेयर टू पनिश द होल द एंटायर क्लास फॉर द मिसबिहेवियर ऑफ वन स्टूडेंट. So this is, what you could say is thesis statement. What is thesis statement? I don't agree with this. That whole class should be punished. So
Yes,
जो
sir.
मेरा thesis statement है जिसको मैं prove करने वाला हूँ, that has come in the middle rectangle. And these four squares will be used to prove this statement. तो ये मेरा स्टैंड है. Now we know structure क्या है. There is introductory paragraph, then there is body, and then there is closing paragraph. चलिए, clear? So in the middle you have written your आपका view क्या है. I disagree with this. That's your view. Now start reading.
Write one reason here why you think this is unfair.
Okay, ये जो है ना middle rectangle, it is unfair to punish the entire class for misbehavior of one student. Actually, this eventually in the essay will get expanded to opening paragraph. Then what we said is आप तीन ideas सोचो, three ideas, main ideas, why you have taken the stand you have taken. So वो बोलते हैं write one reason why you think this is unfair. Step 5. Right, so read it.
Example, it doesn't solve any problem.
So your one reason is punishing the whole class does not solve any problem. Now, don't worry about whether the examiner will agree with what I have written or no.
Hmm.
That's not the point at all. They only check how you have supported whatever point, whatever stand you have taken.
Yes, sir.
His own views may be entirely different or opposite. You are not supposed to bring your views into when you write into the essay, and they are not supposed to bring in their views when they are checking the essay.
Yes, sir.
So one is it doesn't solve any problem. This is the first idea. Then
Write
read.
one reason here why you think this is unfair.
So first quadrant में one reason, main major
Mm-hmm.
reason. अब वो
Mm-hmm.
रीजन मेजर है कि माइनर है ये आपका डिसीजन है दैट्स योर डिसीजन दैट इज डिसीजन ऑफ द पर्सन राइटिंग द एसे
Yes, sir.
सो राइट वन रीजन दैट इज नाउ राइट सेकंड रीजन व्हाई यू थिंक इट इज अनफेयर एंड ओके
Example,
नाउ
it encourages misbehavior by more students.
सो फर्स्ट रीजन था इट सॉल्व्स नथिंग मेजर रीजन सेकंड मेजर रीजन इज इट एनकरेजेस misbehavior by more students and then second and third.
Write one reason here why you think this is unfair.
So हमारा quadrant one major reason, quadrant two second major reason, quadrant three third main reason. किसका किसको prove करने का? What we have written in the middle rectangle. It is unfair to punish. So all these
Yes.
reasons are basically why it is unfair to punish. तीन quadrant हो गए, and this is your.
It creates angry feelings.
It creates angry feelings. सबको गुस्सा आता है.
Yes, sir.
Step 6. Now, what is step 6?
Write a summary sentence of three quadrants here.
Right? हो गया structure.
Yes,
आपका जो
sir.
rectangle है, that is your opening paragraph. This will be expanded into a paragraph.
Mm-hmm.
Reason 1, first quadrant. Reason 2, second quadrant. Reason 3, third quadrant. And fourth quadrant is summary.
Yes, sir.
Simple. So write a summary sentence of these three quadrants here. And here is your summary. Okay, read it.
This method of classroom control doesn't solve the problem. It encourages this behavior by students who might have been behaving properly. It also creates feeling of anger towards classmates.
Right. So ये है आपका क्लोजिंग पैराग्राफ.
Yes, sir.
नाउ जो हमको प्रूव करना है वो तो हमारे क्वाड्रेंट 1, 2 and 3 हैं. देयर इज नथिंग टू बी प्रूव्ड इन द क्लोजिंग पैराग्राफ बिकॉज इन क्लोजिंग पैराग्राफ आई एम टेलिंग व्हाट आई प्रूव्ड.
Yes, sir.
सो नाउ जो मुझे प्रूव करना है वो तो क्वाड्रेंट 1, 2, 3 है एंड क्वाड्रेंट 1, 2, 3 के रीजंस हम लोग सोच चुके हैं अब तक.
Hmm.
सो नाउ quadrant 1 reason it doesn't solve any problem. Quadrant 2 it encourages misbehavior by more students. Quadrant 3 it creates angry feelings.
Yes, sir.
Now I have to prove these three. So तीन main reason आ गए. Then what we said is ये तीन main reasons को prove करने के लिए इसको सपोर्ट करने के लिए तीन छोटे छोटे रीजन
Example.
और सोच लो।
Yes, sir.
बट ये जो हमारा लास्ट क्वाड्रेंट है क्लोजिंग पैराग्राफ, दिस विल स्टे मोर और लेस सेम, इट्स नॉट गोइंग टू चेंज मच। चलिए, सो स्टेप सेवन, सो ये था आपका फोर स्क्वायर प्लस थ्री। फोर स्क्वायर, फोर क्वाड्रेंट्स, जिसमें फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट वन मेजर रीजन, सेकंड क्वाड्रेंट थर्ड सेकंड मेजर रीजन, third quadrant third major region, and fourth quadrant summary. Right now, read it now.
Write three supporting ideas about the reason here.
Okay, तो जो यहाँ हमने रीजन लिखा था, I'll write three supporting ideas. How do I support those ideas? And here are those ideas. Idea क्या था? It doesn't solve any problem.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so उसको प्रूव करने के लिए क्या है? Got away with it, continues, knows punishment next time. So problem solve क्यों
Yes,
नहीं होती? Because many times students get away with it, and this
yes,
misbehavior continues, and they know in any case punishment तो मिलने वाला ही है,
yes, sir.
right? So this is the three examples to support my main idea here. So again, पढ़िए.
Write three supporting ideas about this reason here.
So again, three ideas here. This was, it encourages misbehavior by more students.
Thanks.
तो जब
Yes, sir.
पनिशमेंट मिलने वाली है तो वाई बिहेव,
Yes, sir.
बड़ा मजा करते हैं,
Yes,
and
sir.
the teachers have no control, they lose control. So to
Yes, sir.
prove my second point, I have three sub ideas. Now all these sub ideas and main idea, now I'll convert them into sentences. Okay, so write three supporting ideas about this reason also here.
Yes,
Read
sir.
it.
It creates angry feeling, resentful to misbehavior, resentful to teacher, negative attitude towards learning.
Right, so people become angry because everybody gets punished for no fault of theirs.
Yes,
So
sir.
resentment or the anger basically. So it creates angry feeling. So I have these 3 points here which I'll expand to complete my third quadrant, yeah, third paragraph.
Yes, sir.
एंड जो लास्ट है इसमें तो कुछ मेजर चेंज होने वाला नहीं, दैट्स माय समरी स्टेटमेंट. सो ये मेरा क्या हो गया, दिस इज द टोटल प्लानिंग. नाउ ऑल आई हैव टू डू इज basically convert these ideas into sentences. So how that is done? So इसमें कितने हो गए आपके? There are 5 paragraphs. One is the opening, which is the rectangle. Then 3 main ideas, individual paragraphs, and one closing paragraph. Now let us see how. आगे क्या suggestion? Okay. पढ़िए. Read it.
Elaborate only elaborate on only one detail here.
Right now what it says is कि हमने यहाँ आइडिया तो इसको सपोर्ट करने के लिए 3 लिए थे.
Yes, sir.
But what you do is you expand, explain only one of these 3. बाकियों को बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सप्लेन मत करो, simply convert those into sentences. So from these 3, explain one, and other ideas convert those from words or phrases to sentences. And let's see how that is done.
Yes, sir.
Elaborate only one detail here, and this is true for all. What applies to one quadrant applies to all the quadrants. चलिए, हाँ, read it.
This student feels the teacher doesn't have the nerve to deal individually with
Right, so
individually.
वो student क्या सोचता है? The teacher doesn't have nerve, or he doesn't have courage to deal with him individually, so that's why he is punishing the entire class. So I have
Yes.
explained one, others not explain like this. बाकियों को एकदम सिर्फ सेंटेंस ही बना देंगे. Same here. Now read.
The next time everyone will join in since they will receive the punishment anyway.
Right. So from the second quadrant, I'll explain one point. क्यों बिहेव करें क्योंकि पनिशमेंट तो मिलने वाली ही है.
Yes, sir.
Elaborate only one detail here. There was
Students
what
talk.
resentment.
Student talk. Students talk to each other about teachers, and no one wants to be in a teacher's class who punishes in this way.
Okay, so this is building up. Second was building up of. The third was building up of resentment. So
Yes,
what we've done is, from those three ideas, we have picked up one idea and described that कि उसका reason क्या है उसका. So ये हो गया आपका. So there were three reasons. पहले का got away with it, continues, knows punishment next time. So इसमें से one we have explained. Continuous जो idea था, it has been explained.
yes,
Second
sir.
में why behave, join in the fun, no control. So join in the fun has been explained. हालांकि the others two will be converted to sentences. It creates angry feeling, resentment to misbehavior, resentment to teacher. One has been explained. And then fourth तो summary sentence है, closing paragraph है, that will stay as it is without much changes. Of course, eventually इसमें भी थोड़ी बहुत changes आएंगी, but not many. Step 9, right? So three main ideas, three supporting ideas for each main idea, and then we have explained one idea from those three supporting ideas.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, this is your introductory paragraph. Okay, read it.
It is unfair to punish the entire class for the misbehavior of one student. This type of punishment never solves the problem. It actually encourages misbehavior in students who otherwise would behave. It creates angry feeling.
Right? So this is your introductory paragraph. You say punishing whole class doesn't solve it. That's your thesis statement. Thesis
Yes,
statement,
sir.
yeah, what is your view? So your view is it doesn't solve any problem. And how are you going to prove it? That's your overview statement. Overview statement is this type of punishment never solves the problem.
Yes, sir.
It actually encourages misbehavior in students who otherwise would behave. It creates angry feeling. So these three ideas are your overview, and it is unfair to punish the entire class is your thesis statement. Okay, now from now each quadrant now has been expanded into a paragraph from the first square. Read it.
For example, it does not solve the problem. The misbehaving student feels he got away with it. The misbehavior will continue. This student feels the teacher doesn't have the nerve to deal with him individually. He already knows the punishment that is in store next time he misbehaves.
Right, so इसमें क्या किया? We have 3 points. Second point was explained, the misbehavior continues, student feels the teacher doesn't have nerve to deal with them individually. And जो बाकी
Yes,
2 points थे, they have simply been expanded into a sentence. So this has come from the first square, something will come from the second square, and very carefully mark these linkers. For example,
yes, sir.
moreover, read it.
Moreover, it encourages misbehavior by more students. They begin to ask themselves why behave, why not join in the fun. Next time everyone will join in since they received the punishment anyway. At this point, the teacher has no control over the class.
राइट तो सेकंड पॉइंट को एक्सप्लेन किया गया फर्स्ट का जो आइडिया था दैट आइडिया इज कन्वर्टेड इनटू अ सेंटेंस
Yes.
second quadrant, and this is from the third quadrant. Again, linker, in other words,
In other words, punishing the entire class creates angry feeling. He, the class होगा ना sir? He
yes,
class,
you're right, it should be the class.
the class is resentful to the student who is misbehaving and causing them to be punished. The class is also resentful to the teacher who should be in control of the situation. All of this anger creates a negative attitude toward the class. Students talk to each other about teachers, and no one wants to be in a teacher's class who punishes in this way.
Okay. सो नाउ इसका एक फायदा ये हुआ, हर क्वाड्रेंट का जो राइटिंग है वो उसका जो मेन आइडिया था उसके ऊपर ही फोकस्ड है, इट्स नॉट
Yes,
गोइंग
sir.
एनीवेयर एल्स. थर्ड क्वाड्रेंट एंड दैट्स योर फोर्थ क्वाड्रेंट. नाउ इसको अभी थोड़ा चेंज कर दिया गया है. फॉर दीज रीजंस इज व्हाट दिस इज
For
द
this,
कंक्लूजन.
yes, sir. For these reasons, it is unfair to punish the entire class for the misbehavior of one student. This method of classroom control doesn't solve the problem. It encourages misbehavior by students who might have been misbehaving improperly, uh, have been behaving properly. It also creates feeling of anger towards classmates. Teachers who use this type of class student control should remember the old saying, the punishment should fit the crime.
राइट. सो ये समरी स्टेटमेंट है आपकी, एंड
Mhm.
दिस इज द कंप्लीट एसे.
Okay, sir.
ओके, ये कंप्लीट ऐसे है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, फर्स्ट इट इज अनफेयर, दैट्स योर ओपनिंग. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट, मोर ओवर
Yes, sir.
सेकेंड क्वाड्रेंट, इन अदर वर्ड्स थर्ड क्वाड्रेंट, फॉर रीजन, क्लोजिंग. सो फर्स्ट हमारा मेन आइडिया proved, second main idea proved, third main idea proved. Now just go through this and I'll join you in some time.
Okay, sir.
ओके, पढ़ लिया?
Yes, sir.
Right, so this method actually is a much better method for planning. Reason is
Yes,
very
sir.
simple. Now suppose I actually simply start writing points on the paper, तो बाद में मेरे को उनको फिर दोबारा से अरेंज करना पड़ता है
Yes, sir.
कि मेन पॉइंट कौन सा है, उसके सपोर्टिंग पॉइंट्स कौन से हैं, which should come first, which should come second. But यहाँ क्या हो गया? In each quadrant I have the main point, and in the same quadrant I have supporting ideas of that main point.
Yes, sir.
And then the other thing I know is I basically have to expand only one idea, one supporting idea in each quadrant, and rest have only to be converted into sentences.
Yes, sir.
तो इसमें क्या होता है, आपका जो कोहेरेंस कोहेजन ऑटोमेटिक आ जाता है, नंबर ऑफ वर्ड्स भी अप्रोक्सीमेटली ऑटोमेटिक आ जाते हैं.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now this is basically the raw essay. इसमें
Yes.
फर्दर इम्प्रूवमेंट्स पॉसिबल है.
Mm-hmm.
वो कैसे? इम्प्रूव वोकैबुलरी. So it was what was it? It was basically uh, four quadrant plus three ideas.
Yes.
Now it is अब improve कैसे होगा? Now let us see this. First, improve vocabulary.
Yes, sir.
पढ़िए. So वो कहता है now vocabulary can be improved by using adjectives and adverbs. So review your paragraphs. Can you add
Yes.
adjectives that is describing words
Yes,
and
sir.
interesting adverbs describing
Describing
action words?
action.
Now let's see how it has been used. So review your paragraphs. Can you add adjectives and interesting adverbs? तो ये कहाँ किया गया? ये
It creates angry feeling. It
feeling.
creates holistically frustration and angry feelings.
Okay, so two have been added. One is hostility, and second
Yes,
is
sir.
frustration. And
Yes,
all
sir.
of them are adjectives.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so writing has become more powerful
Yes, sir.
than adverbs. Huh?
Before it is unfair to punish the entire for the misbehavior of one student. It is
Of course, we can
improper.
add the word entire class. Yes,
Yes, sir. It is improper to punish the entire class for the misbehavior of one student.
right. So unfair is let's say low band word,
Yes,
but
sir.
improper is a high band word.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so how the vocabulary can be increased? So 4 square plus 3 plus D plus T method.
Yes, sir.
Now वो D तक हो गया. Now we are जो हमारा raw ऐसे आया था उसको अब improve करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, now improve vocabulary.
Remember, the more sophisticated vocabulary you use, the higher is your score. Bad, dreadful.
Dreadful. Okay, so bad is दोनों का मीनिंग सेम है, but bad is a low band word and
Yes,
dreadful
sir.
is a high score word.
Yes, sir.
रिवीजन, ये बहुत जरूरी है. नेवर नेवर सबमिट एनीथिंग विदाउट रिवीजन.
Yes,
करेक्शंस की पेनल्टी नहीं है, मिस्टेक्स की पेनल्टी है.
yes, sir.
And second, my suggestion I make is when you write na one, leave one line blank after every written line.
Okay.
यहाँ भी और एग्जाम में भी रीजन इज वेरी सिंपल. जो आप रिवाइज कर रहे हो एंड व्हेन यू वांट टू
Mm-hmm.
चेंज समथिंग यू हैव द स्पेस टू अल्टर इट.
Yes, sir.
जो आपका एग्जामिनर है उसको भी पढ़ने में इजी हो जाता है, आपको लिखने में इजी हो जाता है. एंड
Mm-hmm.
nobody will penalize you because you have left one line blank.
Yes, sir.
So that's a suggestion that when writing any writing essays, highlights किसी भी एग्जाम में
Yes, sir.
leave one line blank, then it becomes easy to revise and rewrite if something needs to be rewritten.
Yes, sir.
Okay, final steps. चलिए इसको भी पढ़ डालिए.
Taken a, taken a stand and stay on the topic.
हाँ.
Give your reasons in the introductory paragraph. Paragraphs that support topic sentence. Elaborated on a reason in each paragraph. A summary paragraph that restates your reasons. Begin each paragraph with a transition word. Include sophisticated vocabulary, adjectives, adverbs, simile,
Yeah, there's some words. ये words की classification है.
okay, and metaphors.
Metaphors. Okay. So final step is revision. And what do you check on the revision? Have you taken a stand and stayed on that stand? But
Yes,
of
sir.
course, अगर आपने कोऑर्डिनेट बनाए हैं ठीक ठाक तो वो तो ऑटोमेटिक हो जाएगा. But one has to check. Given your reason in the introductory paragraph. जो तीन reason थे, whatever दो तीन एक जो भी है, has that been given in the introductory paragraph.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, unless I have more than one reason, I'm not going to complete my word length. So paragraphs that supports the topic sentence. So
Yes,
जो
sir.
उसने दिया है topic, all paragraphs should stay focused on that. And हर paragraph में कम से कम एक रीजन को एक्सप्लेन कर दो. सबको मत करो, एक को कर दो.
Yes, sir.
And your summary paragraph restates your reason, that we know very clearly. Summary paragraph is same as opening paragraph restated.
Yes, sir.
And each paragraph with a transition word. Transition words तो paragraph के बीच में भी आ सकते हैं.
Mm-hmm.
But before a new paragraph starts, there should be a transition word. इसके लिए था वो moreover वगैरह ये जो लिखा था यहाँ. They are all
Yes, sir.
transition words. Improve vocabulary. For example, now transition word between paragraphs. For example, moreover, in other words, for these reasons. So these are transition words. And of course, transition words can come even in between the paragraph. And that is
Yes, sir.
between two sentences. Clearly. Right. So any doubt, any question?
No, sir.
So this is a better method of writing the essay.
Yes, sir.
10 minutes spent in this exercise saves so much time. And जितनी भी उनकी रिक्वायरमेंट होती है, लेक्सिकल रिसोर्स, continuity, coherence, वो सब
Mm-hmm.
इसमें ऑटोमेटिकली आ जाता है. सो फोर स्क्वायर मीन्स बेसिकली इसका एक्सप्लेनेशन है. फोर स्क्वायर मीन्स फोर क्वाड्रेंट्स. Three means
Mm-hmm.
three main reasons. D means details of one reason from all three. T is transition words.
Yes,
ये
sir.
है हमारा फोर स्क्वायर प्लस थ्री प्लस डी प्लस टी मेथड ऑफ डेवलपिंग ए गुड पैराग्राफ. सॉरी, गुड essay.
Yes, sir.
चलिए.